Welcome to the latest of late shows. It's Up Lady Late with your host, Natey. From the Atheist Roundtable.
Welcome, valued customer.
Welcome to Up Lady Late with me, Natey, the show that you didn't know you wanted or needed to help you fall asleep at night. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Slide into bed. Who knows? You might pass out before you know it. Hump day. Oh. 1 second. Yeah. Hey. I'm in the middle of the show. Oz, didn't you watch last week? I have it handled. I don't care if you have 12 other shows that you could replace mine with. I'll make sure to mention that I'm an atheist. I know. It's the Atheist Roundtable. I understand. You're wasting time. I don't really care if you're going to Pound Town. I have a show to host. I know hashtag Jesus is a myth. I know hashtag mute Oz too. I'm trying to do that right now, actually. Okay. Yep, have a good night. Sorry about that. This is also the show that asks you to roast the host. If you were here last week, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we will get right into top roast comment of last week. Let's kick it off. This week's comment comes from Secular Rarity. Laugh out loud, Bedlam. I figured that was the nickname everyone who has had sex with Nate called him. I could see that. Bedlam. Ooh, Nate. Like humping a log. And don't forget, I'm old and my vision's starting to go. The easiest way to find your roast is with a super chat. What do you think? Welcome to Believe in Yourself. Now, this story might not seem like a good believe in yourself moment. Let's see if you can figure out why I picked this for the Believe in Yourself moment this week. Half-eaten sausage solves 9-year-old German burglary. This detective work really cut the mustard. Great tagline, guys. Berlin, Germany. German police say they have solved a 9-year-old burglary after DNA found on a half-eaten piece of sausage matched that of a man detained in France over an unrelated crime. Police in the western town of Schlaum said Thursday that the sausage belonged to a victim, and the suspect, who was a 30-year-old Albanian citizen, appeared to have helped himself to a bite during the March 2012 break-in. It wasn't clear what type of sausage it was that the burglar had nibbled on, though police say it was a hard variety. Schwelm police said that the suspect remains free, and in the worst case, he may escape punishment. The statute of limitations on the burglary has expired, meaning he will not likely be extradited to Germany. Now you might ask, why is this the Believe in Yourself moment? Detectives worked on this case for 9 years. You never know, you might catch your big break finding a half-eaten sausage. Secondarily, that guy should have been caught, right? But nope, he's gonna get away. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that you'll make it through. Police said it was a hard variety. Hard variety? A 9-year-old sausage? I'm sure it was hard. Just as hard as pronunciation is for Oz. They were probably very scientific in the way that they found the DNA on that sausage. And that is the Believe in Yourself moment of the week.
There comes a time when you're no longer the man of the house. That's when you head on over to Nate's Dogghouse.
Hey everybody, I'm out here in my doghouse. As you can see, I made this. It's got a little radio over here. I guess I got myself in trouble tonight. This is probably like a normal scenario for most guys. Most of you know, like my fiance's pregnant and her friend had really treated her poorly, and she was telling me about it and kind of going through the situation, and I was agreeing with her, and we were half joking, half serious about it, and I was giving advice, but like joking around. Her friend really was treating her bad. When we were joking, I got to a point, I'm like, yeah, I mean, she's such a bitch sometimes. And then I got in trouble. I mean, even my dog barked at me, like shit on the couch where I was gonna sleep. Like, she barked, and it sounded like she said, "You're the bitch." Like, "You're the bitch." Yeah, it's really weird. And then the fact that the house was at 67 degrees instead of 65 degrees. And I should have known that, because she's pregnant. I mean, that 2 degrees is really important to stabilizing temperature. Just really stupid. I mean, I called her friend a bitch. I mean, her friend was being a bitch. I'm gonna turn on some music, try to get some rest out here. I have a new segment this week called What the French? What the French? Mystery animal and tree turns out to be croissant. When animal rescuers in Poland showed up at the scene, they were able to nab the suspect bread-handed. A woman in Krakow, Poland, had quite a fright when she saw what looked like a bizarre animal that had been hanging in the lilac tree outside of her home for a few days. The woman called for help dealing with what she thought might be an iguana. When officers showed up at the scene, they were able to nab the mystery animal because the animal in question turned out to be a croissant. The person behind the post theorized that the croissant was thrown out of a window as a treat for birds in the area and ended up getting stuck in the tree. Although the woman's worry turned out to be unfounded, she did the right thing, because there are people willing to get rid of animals that cause some trouble or just get bored. It's better to check and be pleasantly disappointed. The animal rescue did not mention what happened to the croissant after it was retrieved from the tree. So you're telling me that a nice woman confused a large croissant with an iguana. So this is like a regular occurrence in Poland? People just throw animals out of windows? Trash day. Throw this old bread out. Bread pun lightning round. Go. Well, that's one story that went awry. That was a crazy story, to say the least. Talk about rising to the occasion. I wonder if animal control had to bag it. What a situation that went aloof. Pumpernickel. Check out these buns. Let's toast to this wonderful story. I guess they can croissant that call off the list. Did she really need to call the police? These puns are getting stale. And that was What the French? And now it's time for roasting nostalgia. Here we have a wonderful photograph of myself when I was younger. Holy moly, what was going on here? Well, as you can see, I've always had a ton of hair. Never knew how to style it. I actually look like I was going to be a host for a children's telethon. This picture reminds me of the boy on Oprah that was preaching and screaming at the audience. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put it up right here.
Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed.
Doppelganger? I think oink oink fits. Ziggy biggy. Don't forget to add your best roast in the comments for this photograph. And that was this week's Roasting Nostalgia. It sounds like my dog's ready for bed. And if you aren't, I understand. Thanks again for spending your Wednesday night with me. I hope you had a good time staying up lady late with me, Natey. See you next week.